All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to more DayZ. Let's play. All right. Zombie. I thought it was a person just standing there. All right, see, Compo Mobo. Then what you would do is you would look at the sign, look at the I Survive map, boom, and then go from there. Which way, and then just keep an eye on where you're going. And then, unfortunately, we didn't luck out at that police station. So those shotgun magazines, and I think there was an M-Lock magazine near there, and then there was a M-Lock there. But so, like I said, I mean, you find like the M-Lock. I said one of the 4 weapons. Sometimes you'll find them there at the same time. The M-Lock. Sometimes you may find the silencer. Who knows? The M-Lock with a 12 gauge, but again, this lobby is like always near full or moderately full. Although today I'm playing and it was down to just 8. Hearing sounds. Maybe a glitch. They don't usually be in the hills like this. I hear the animal, but I thought I heard a zombie. Guess not. I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. What's the next time? Once we do the next time, we'll cut up. And I'm heading to the central airfield. I know where it is by heart. At least this route. There are many other ways to get there. There's no one size fits all. You may like another route. This is the best route that I've traveled, that I've seen so far. But like I said, there's no end all be all. You could go the other way and think, I like this one best, Raven. Hey, double thumbs up. Cool. What matters is that you got to your destination. You got the loot hopefully you got the loot that you wanted, or even better. And you leave the destination and proceed elsewhere to get more loot. You eat, survive, move, survive, literally. I know that lame basic concept seems boring, but trust me, this game isn't. This game is far from it. You know, if you like survival games, especially like you go a sim in there, simulating type of gameplay, it's like you'll be in heaven. It's like a match made in heaven, I'm telling you. I absolutely love it. Love this game. I had a friend turn me on to this. I had already seen some footage, but you know, like you really need to hop on DayZ and yada. At the time, it was only PC, and my PC couldn't run it. It probably can run it now, but I just would prefer a brand new PC to get into like PC gaming. I prefer a brand new one. I'm thinking about waiting until next generation. You know, with next generation, better computer parts and everything like that. Even though technically you get a high-end computer, you pretty much already there with next gen, I feel like. But the fact of the matter is, technology is steadily advancing. So when the next gen consoles come around, it's going to be better computer parts. And I'm making an educated guess here. I'm probably going to get the next consoles in probably about 5 years or so. That's just an educated guess. I could be wrong. Might be later. I mean, they're so successful that they might wait until later. I doubt it, but they just might will. You know. Only thing is, there's a chance we may have. If you want a console, you may deal with scalpers. That was a nightmare. It's not that you couldn't get one. It's just that they knew you needed it, especially if you were trying to get one for your kid. Parents were trying to get one for the kids. You know, holiday season, they knew they needed it, and they would charge. Like $500 extra, man. You know, $1,200 some things would cost. And people were buying. They were getting over like fat rats. To the point where the only way, I don't want to say the only way. You might get lucky. You would get lucky and get them, but Sony was emailing people, you had a special code or something like that. That's how I got mine. It was like they would, I think you had to be like a PlayStation Plus member or subscriber or something like that. Somehow they would email it to you, and then you would sign up that way through the email, through the link. I think that's how most people got theirs. That would beat the scalpers. And it worked. It was looking like, man, 2021 is like, man, am I ever gonna get a PS5? You know what I mean? And it wasn't like that with the PS4 and remember the Xbox One? Remember, it wasn't like that then. One of those scalpers. It was more so, okay, it's selling out at the stores. It's like, go in there and get your pre-order, or you need to go ahead and get to the store. They were selling out like hotcakes. It wasn't even about to get scalping back then. Especially the PS4. I remember you call around to Walmarts. Walmart's usually go to is sold out. You got to call around. Oh, this Walmart has it. We got about like 3 left. Oh, you shit. If it's in the morning, throw on your clothes and pew. But now, everything is online e-commerce more than ever now. So, it's like the first thing people can go to is like the online store. You know, first thing. Only 2? Shoot, I can plant those right here. I know I'm taking a risk doing this. You can see you're stationary digging. But, you know, I think somebody said this too. It's like, I mean, you want to be fooling with no garden out in the open, Raven. That's true, because it leaves you open. But at the same time, you don't have a choice. You want food, good quality food, and abundance of food. Guess what? You have to dig a garden. Guess what? You have to plant some seeds. Guess what? You have to water them, or pray that the gods, the DayZ gods, douse that bad boy with rain. If you don't have a water bottle, which everybody should, a water bottle or a canteen, water the garden and then turn back around and fill it up at the fountain. Anything in that hip pack? I do. Belt too. I would have to drop that. I would have to drop that. We got a heli spawn. So I can land it over that way. Yeah, right in the woods. So we don't aggro. We don't aggro the whole town. I hear them stepping on twig after twig after twig. I was added that sound in because it wasn't there before. It wasn't there before this season. And I don't remember hearing the early part of the season, but then again, I was playing on some calls. We're way over here. Like these trees kind of obstruct our vision a bit. This kind of reminds me of The Walking Dead. You guys, anybody fans of The Walking Dead? I feel like you are if you're watching this. I feel like zombie outbreaks and stuff like that. I feel like you are. I was like, how could you not be? But then again, there are quite a few people who aren't fans. I was like, it's too slow for me. As I can't really get into it. Yada yada yada. As good as that show was. I mean, the original Walking Dead is, 2010. That's good, but the spin-offs are still going. I don't blame them because, as good as the show was. And the comics, I need to read the comics. I heard a whole lot of them. I don't know if Dead City and what is it? The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon story. That in the Book of Care. I don't know if that is based off the book or not. think that the if you played the Walking Dead Telltale series with Clementine, I think that's based off of the book as well. That's why I said there's so many comic books and story arcs. I mean, they didn't talk about Leo Clementine not once in the show, and still haven't. So, but then again, the first game, never mind. It's spoiler alert. I ain't gonna spoil it. Something happened. Tragedy happened. Didn't say anything about it on the TV show. But again, like I said, they didn't even mention Clem or Mead and none of those other characters. Although that character Jesus was on the show and he was in the game, so they just didn't include like Clementine or Lee or I can't remember if there's anybody else in the game that was in the show, but the character Jesus was on the show and he was cool. I liked him. Nope, no heli spawn. Sometimes it'll be over in that area. Past the same yellow glass cloud that always drops. Chemical bomb that always drops in the same town. Ever since they added the chem bombs, I haven't seen this town not doused in a chemical agent. Oh. Oh, it was rendering in front. I thought it was a person, man. You almost had me there, DayZ. But after you leave the police station with your newfound weapons, you now have a firearm. Alright? To defend yourself with. Because trust me, you're going to need some type of self-defense. I'm telling you. So while you're establishing your trade route, you may get approached by players with the same clothing as me, or t-shirt and pants. Alright? Now, the t-shirt and pants, they're fresh spawn. Sometimes fresh spawns will start to follow you and wait for their perfect time to strike because they want what's on your arm. Alright? I said what's on your arm. What's on my arm, Raven, that they want? They want my armband? They want my armband? They want your armband. That's what they want. They want your armband. Alright? Give up your armband. It's like, nah. Anyway. They want your, like, the jacket or whatever, because they're freezing cold. Alright? So they give them some warmth. They don't want what you have in that backpack, the loot. Thing is, they don't really have anything to defend themselves. Unless they've already been to a town and looted it dry. And more likely they found something to defend themselves. Question is, are they going to use it? That is the question. I can't tell if that's a survivor or not. question. Are they going to all right. So you can either do what I did, take them out, or leave them be. If you're a nice person and leave them alone, they may just leave you alone and keep them moving. I might stop at this house here. Let's go around. This town's a little bit congested. Sometimes they'll be chasing the pig around in this town. Freaking miss. Battery, come on. All you had on you was a battery. See what's in here. There's usually a fountain in this town. It's further up by that wall. We have to go there. I'm thirsty. More pumpkin seeds. What? Two hits. Took her down with a quickness. Okay, we're up by this wall. This is where the fountain is yellow. You definitely want to rehydrate, because if you don't, that's going to affect your hunger. And that's just going to be a headache. You'll be hungry all the time. Imagine just ate. You seem like your character's never satiated because your thirst. Go around him. It's right there. Down this. Bad boy. Let's go ahead and refill this back up. full. What's in here? We might get lucky. Find some 357 rounds. Athletic shoes. Oh, give me a break. Two bullets if we find that 12 gauge. Sometimes it might be one in here. Sometimes we get a double barrel. It might be somewhere. If a player drops one. So you still want to check houses and things like that, because again, you just might get lucky. You know, somebody's building a base out of that house there. Pick both of them off. We don't feel like it. Kidding me? I'm a curious queen. Oh! Shut up. I need you waking up the neighborhood. I remember this. Get back on after this episode to see. Go ahead and plant some. I'm planting a pumpkin and a zucchini. I might just plant a pumpkin. All of them full. Now, where's my water bottle? Got plenty of food, so I really don't have to. That's a dead giveaway that I'm right here. You see a bunch of dead zombies around a greenhouse. It is growing and if I had a fire going, that's a dead giveaway. I mean, they know I'm in here. Give ourselves a little midday snack here. Lunch or whatever. I don't even know what time it is. Has anybody ever been able to tell the time in this game? I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? Just go back. I guess you just go by the sun and the shadows. I'm guessing it's like midday or morning or afternoon. It ain't evening or night. 3 left. The 57 rounds. With the deagle. If I found a deagle, I'd probably drop this. Keep the silencer though. Got the Derringer. I want to see just how lethal that is up close. But you gotta be. I know you have to be up close to use that. I know you do. Well, anyway, guys, I'm gonna stop here for today. Thanks for watching. My name is Raven from the Sky. If you enjoyed the episode, drop a like and subscribe to the channel and see us grow. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.